Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 3 of B class, consists of Nadhilla Anis Nur Mufidah, student number 139, Yayan Sukmana Jati, student number 143, Khairina Maretta Indah, student number 51, Meita Septiana Wardani, student number 53, and Nur Rahmah I, student number 54. And we will deliver a presentation, Elements of Putri, The Terrorist He Watches, a poem by Wisława Szymborska. Form or structure. A poem's form is its appearance. Poems are divided into lines. Many poems, especially longer ones, may also be divided into groups of lines called stanzas. Stanzas function like paragraphs in a story. Each one contains a single idea or takes the idea one step further. The structure of The Terrorist He Watches poem is divided into 4 parts: summary, the terrorist perspective, descriptions, and larger picture. The first one is summary in first stanza. This part is the main idea of what is happening at that time. From this part, we can assume that there is a bomb in the bar that will explode at 1:20 p.m. The next part is the terrorist perspective in second stanza. This part reveals the terrorist's position and his points of view of the scene. The next one is descriptions or zooms in stanza 3, 4, and 5. This is a description of the situation before the bomb explodes. It describes who and how people come in and get out of the bar as the time goes by. The last one is larger picture in stanza 6 and 7. In this part, the bomb finally explodes after the terrorist is waiting impatiently while watching the situation from afar.
Sound device. Sound devices are literary elements used in prose and poetry to stress certain sound and create musical effects. In the analysis of the poem entitled The Terrorist He Watched by Wisława Szymborska, there are several techniques of sound. The first, rhythm. Rhythm is a literary device that demonstrates the long and short patterns through stress and under stress syllables, particularly in verse form. The second, rhyme. Rhyme is a repetition of similar sound, usually exactly the same sound, in the final stressed syllables and any following syllables of 2 or more words. There are 3 types of rhyme in this poem, namely assonance or slant rhyme exists in words having the same vowel sound. Consonance exists in words having the same consonant sound. Alliteration or head rhyme refers to matching initial consonant sound. This is the poetry that we analyze. I will explain. The underlined sentence is rhythm. Then the red letter is assonance. The blue sentence is consonance. And the green letter is alliteration. The third is repetition. Repetition is the use of word repeatedly in order to create an effect. As we can see, the red sentence is repetition from the poetry analysis.
Imagery. The imagery is visual collectively or visual symbolism. The imagery includes part of poetry. It thus can help to analyze a poem. One of the poem is The Terrorist He Was by Wisława Szymborska. She tells about the writer waiting anxiously because there is a bomb that will explode in a bar, and describes some people as they enter and leave the bar. However, there is a distance to protect them for all danger. The imagery can compare the characteristic people at the moment. Many people use good fashion around the bar for an important but strength in the past suddenly comes and one of the people is lost. The imagery also compares the situation like a panic situation at the moment. There is a fat belt, man leaves and returns the gloomy clothes and the suddenly where bombs exploded at 1:20. The next is a figure of speech. And the first, personification. This language style seems to replace the function of inanimate, inanimate object that can behave like humans. For example, but then a bird suddenly pulls in front of her. Second, hyperbole, namely expressing something with the impression of being excessive, even almost absurd. For example, this waiting is taking forever. And the third, simile, is a figure of speech comparing one thing to another by using a conjunction or comparison word. For example, the distance keeps him out of danger. And what a view, just like the movies. The next is mood or tone. The bomb in the bar will exploded at 13:20. The sentence above shows a serious atmosphere. Second, no, it's just 13:16. The sentence above shows a pounding feeling. The third, there's still time for some to go in and some to come out. The sentence above shows a feeling of irony. The fourth, the terrorist has already crossed the street. The sentence above shows a sad feeling. Thanks.
The distance keeps him out of danger, and what a view, just like the movies. The sentence above shows a feeling of surprise. A woman in yellow jacket is going in. The sentence above shows a feeling of confusion. A man in dark glasses, he is coming out. The sentence above shows a feeling of fear. Teenagers in jeans, they are talking. The sentence above shows a feeling of surprise. 13, 17, and 4 seconds. The sentence above show a feeling of fear. The short one, he is lucky, he is getting on a scooter, but the tall one, he is going in. The sentence above shows a feeling of relief and worry. 13, 17, and 40 seconds. The sentence above shows a terrible feeling. That girl, she is walking along with a green ribbon in her hair. The sentence above shows a feeling of wonder and questioning. But then a bus suddenly pulls in front of her. The sentence above shows a feeling of curiosity. 13:18. The sentence above shows a thrilling feeling. The girl's gone. The sentence above shows a feeling of shock and confusion. Was she that dumb? Did she go in or not? We will see when they carry them out. The sentence above shows a feeling of annoyance, confusion, and panic. 13:19. The sentence above shows a scary and thrilling feeling. Somehow, no one's going in. The sentence above shows a feeling of confusion.
The next is another guy, fat, pale, is living talk. The result of mood is the sentence above show a feeling of wonder. The next is wait a second, looks like he's looking for something in his pocket, and at 13:20 minus 10 seconds, he goes back in for his crummy gloves. The result is the sentence above show a feeling of curiosity. The next is 13:20 exactly. The result of mood is the sentence above show a feeling of fire. The next is this waiting, it's taking forever. The result is the sentence above show feeling of worry, pounding, and fire. And then any second now. The result of mood is the sentence above show a pounding feeling. The next is no, not yet, yes, now. The result is the sentence above show a feeling of confidence and uncertainty. And then the bomb, it explodes. The result of mood is the sentence above show that the feeling is not easy.
The next is mood or tone. The bomb in the bar will exploded at 13:20. The sentence above shows a serious atmosphere.
Maybe that's all from group 3. Thank you for your attention and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.